Good morning, good morning, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is another very beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Friday morning out here in the Bay Area, and I am going for my routine bicycle ride. And I feel honored and blessed to be able to have a quick conversation with you guys today, have a quick chat. Today, we're talking about the fact that it is not your fault. No, it is not your fault, but it is your responsibility. You see, fault is about blame. Fault is about blame. But responsibility is about power. The power to make change. The power to make change. So, in order to concretize this dichotomy of which we speak, in order to make it clear, I would like to use an analogy. And this is the truck driver analogy. An analogy that I am stealing, albeit modified, from Professor Amy Wax. She is a law professor, I believe, at Columbia. Look her up. Nice lady, brilliant lady. So what's a truck driver analogy? Okay, so I'm riding my bicycle in this beautiful sunny Bay Area morning, okay? And I'm doing everything that I should be doing, okay? I'm not breaking any of the rules. And then bam, I get hit by a truck. Oh my God, I get hit by a truck. And it's a pretty bad accident, okay? I'm hurt pretty bad. Oh my God, and guess what? The truck is driven by Jeff Bezos. I got hit by a truck driven by Jeff Bezos, a brand new Tesla truck at that. So, it is 100% his fault. He is found guilty, if you will. Okay? He is deemed to be 100% at fault and therefore responsible, presumably, for making me whole. Right? He is responsible for making me whole. And he's ordered to give me billions of dollars. 1 billion, 5 billion, 10 billion, 50 billion dollars in order to make me whole. But guess what? No matter how many billions Jeff Bezos gives me, I still have to go through the physical and psychological therapy. I have to wake up every morning and get on that treadmill and take step after grueling step after grueling step, after painful step to go through my physical therapy. It is my responsibility to retrain my motor skills. It is my responsibility. Jeff Bezos' billions cannot do that for me, okay? It is 100% his fault. But only I have the power to make myself whole. Only I will be able to go through the psychological therapy to work through the trauma, to teach myself to speak again, to eat again, to move again, to become a responsible member of society. It is Jeff Bezos' fault. He has infinite resources to make me whole, but guess what? Only I can do it. Only I can do it. So let's take it back to the general. We're not all powerful. There are many things that will happen to us in life, things over which we have no control. We have no control over the circumstances of our birth. We have no control over the fact that 10 generations ago, some village attacked our village and kicked our ancestors out of their home, and now they are forever scattered all through the earth, and that's a sad thing. We have no responsibility for the fact that our great uncle squandered our family resources and now we do not have our inheritance. We have no power over the fact, okay, and it is 100% not our fault that our parents were screwed up and they screwed us up. It's not our fault that we got wrongly blamed for something at work and now we got fired and so on and so forth. It is not our fault, but guess what? It is 100% our responsibility. Only us have the power to choose how we react to the circumstances that we are confronted with, how we choose to execute on our life plan, to pivot, to learn, to adapt, and to grow. Only us have the power to choose how we esteem ourselves. It is not your fault, but it is your responsibility. One more thing, started talking about the fact that fault is about blame, but responsibility is about power. Fault is about blame, but responsibility is about power. And the blame game is an intellectual exercise that may be useful, let's say, in a court case, okay? But 99% of the time, it is simply emotional masturbation. It is simply making ourselves feel good and somehow, presumably, absolving ourselves of responsibility. But no, no matter how, even if you're able to find everyone whose fault it is, your great uncle and your mom and your dad, and they're all willing to make remunerations, give you reparations or whatever, right? They're willing to spend their infinite amount of resources to make you whole. I think our truck driver analogy demonstrates, allows us to get some insight into the fact that only us can make ourselves whole. Jeff Bezos and his billions is not going to do the physical therapy for me. Jeff Bezos and his billions cannot do the psychological therapy for me. So, ladies and gentlemen, what do you think? What has been your experience vis-a-vis fault and blame finding versus responsibility and actually having the power to make yourself whole? Responsibility and actually having the power to make change. Leave your thoughts in the comments. Click the like button, subscribe, and share. Okay? This is Ike, and I'm indeed grateful. Thank you. Bye.